The MacBook Pro 15-inch mid-2015 is a fairly powerful laptop, with a lot of controversy in regard to the 2016 model having all of its ports exchanged for USB Type-C ports. Some people may still be in the market for the 2015 model. This laptop will become a great option for many who want the legacy ports, while still remaining within the Apple ecosystem. Here I introduce the MacBook Pro 15 mid-2015. Is it worth it in 2017? This laptop has a full aluminum body that is very resistant to nicks and scratches, and it still looks beautiful and elegant even in 2017. On the top, there's an aluminum casing along with a glowing Apple logo. On the bottom, you have the 4 rubber feet and screws holding down the bottom plate. One of the most appreciated features from the MacBook Pro 2015 model is the selection of ports. On the right, there's a USB 3.0 port, an HDMI port, and an SD card slot. On the left, there's a MagSafe connector, 2 Thunderbolt 2 ports, a USB 3.0 port, and an audio jack. This is a decent mix of ports, especially when compared to the 2016 model, which has 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports and an audio jack. You may not be getting the most powerful ports, but definitely enough to keep you away from most adapters, which will be valuable to many. This laptop has a smooth hinge, making it easy to open it with just one finger. This model uses a plastic hinge, while the 2016 model uses aluminum. There is an improvement to the durability in that aspect. This laptop has a 2880 by 1800 resolution screen with a Retina display. The screen delivers beautiful colors and a very sharp image. One thing to keep in mind, however, is since the display is so sharp, the menu in the bottom of the screen is very small in comparison to how it scales in other resolution panels. This machine comes with an Intel Core i7 processor, quad-core with 2.2 GHz, 16 GB of DDR3 RAM, Intel Iris Pro graphics, and a 256 GB solid-state drive. The speakers on this laptop are phenomenal. I was blown away with the great sound I received from them. They get loud, but do it without any kind of distortion. Love it. The keyboard is very nice. First time I gave it a try, I was able to get up to speed in seconds within typing on it. The keys, however, will feel a little stiff, so it'll require more pressure to type on them than the Razer Blade 14 for instance, but it's still a very good keyboard. This laptop uses a force touch trackpad, so there is no physical click. The trackpad detects how much pressure you're putting onto it, giving you feedback that is meant to simulate a real click. This, however, works very well and feels very premium and responsive, one of the smoothest trackpads out there. For the time I got to use this machine for, I would say I had an okay time. macOS is supposed to be a simple operating system, though it takes a good getting used to. Other than the operating system, performance was pretty good when it came to certain tasks. Editing videos on Adobe Premiere was a smooth experience despite the lack of a GPU because of the quad-core processor and Iris Pro graphics. Although for those looking for a more seamless experience when editing any footage on an OS X, I would prefer Final Cut Pro because of its optimization with the OS. Let's talk about the performance in gaming. Playing most video games is actually pretty doable, though this is all to an extent. Something like Counter-Strike Go will run very smoothly, easily hitting 60 frames per second, though this is not a very demanding title. More demanding games will benefit heavily from the upgrade to the M370X GPU. Performance in Photoshop, to put it simply, was very smooth. This machine's Retina display contributes to the kind of work you're able to create, with great color accuracy. The workflow itself is very efficient. Performance in Adobe Premiere was actually not so bad. When comparing a dual-core processor such as the one from the MacBook Pro 13-inch to quad-core CPU like the one on this machine, there is a significant improvement in the efficiency of your workflow. What would make this improvement even more significant would be the inclusion of an NVIDIA GPU, thanks to its compatibility with Adobe Premiere. Adobe After Effects ran nicely on this laptop. I was able to add layers on top of layers without a decrease in performance. Now that we've discussed the performance of a laptop, it would be appropriate to compare the 2015 model to the 2016 model. The 2015 model will be a bit thicker than the 2016 model, while being heavier as well. With the 2016 model, you lose the glowing Apple logo that remains prominently in the 2015 model. With the 2016 model, you get a sturdier hinge built with aluminum as well. The butterfly mechanism is implemented into the 2016 model's keyboard, so you don't get as much travel, but I found that typing on it is a great experience. With the 2016 model, you get the touch bar as well. In the end, it's more about personal preference and what you value the most in your device. But also keep into consideration the difference in hardware. The 2015 model uses Haswell architecture, otherwise known as the 4th generation of Intel processors, which was released a few years ago. The 2016 model runs on Skylake architecture or their 6th generation chipset, which will probably not be a huge bump in performance, but it's still something to consider. Now, let's get a little more into what it's like to use this laptop. The experience of using this laptop for light applications was painless, as doing things like browsing the web or working on any Office applications or Google Drive won't be pushing the laptop at all. Even things like content creation and, to an extent, gaming are also doable on this machine. Carrying it around is painless for such a light device, and it still looks, in my opinion, very modern. Now that we've touched on the usability of this laptop, I would like to share my complaints. It's unfortunate, but the laptop seems to thermal throttle under heavy use, and this is because of the fans waiting until the last minute to start cooling the CPU. It has affected performance, though not by much. The vents at the bottom, though, still do a good job at spreading the heat. Okay, it's conclusion time. If you're looking for a laptop from Apple for more intensive work, such as content creation and things of the sort, you will find this to be a formidable option. It's still very light, powerful enough for what most people will be doing on it, and it does not feel like much of a compromise. So yes, there is still a great value in this machine versus the 2016 model specifically, especially if you're not somebody who's ready to make the switch to USB-C just yet. If you're just searching for a simple machine from Apple for simple tasks and maybe like content creation, the 13-inch MacBook Pro will serve you well. For content creators, I highly encourage the MacBook Pro 15-inch. There isn't a very significant jump in performance between the 2015 and the 2016 model, so the better value would be the 2015 when comparing prices. You will still get a gorgeous screen, great build quality, decent performance, and the legacy ports. If you're still looking for an NVIDIA GPU on a laptop, however, you will have to look into Windows laptops. Two I recommend for their form factors and performance are the Dell XPS 15 and the Razer Blade 14. They are similarly priced to the MacBook Pro, but deliver even greater performance that will be noticeable with intensive tasks. They both have quad-core Intel processors as well as NVIDIA GPUs. For more content, make sure to subscribe to our channel as we upload tech videos like this one regularly. I will be leaving links in the description to everything featured in this video. This has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time. Enjoy!